Welcome to Food Grade Food, where we make food, grade food.
I'm Sandie Rymal.
I'm GreggEgg. All right, I want a chicken salad sandwich. I like to go and get, one of these rotisserie things, or turkey. Me and Cougs, Mr. Root Beer, ooh, we like to get it and then eat it like animals. And then, we just kind of rip and tear it, go feral on it, eat it like animals. And then, I'm going to make some chicken salad because...
Because you have extra chicken.
Yeah, and what are you going to do it? Rather than, keeping it on the carcass and the skeleton,
right?
You don't really, it all kind of goes away.
Right.
Get wasted, you just don't get all that meat.
Well, when I was a kid, on Sundays we had chicken, and as I was a teenager and got to be a little stronger, I was in charge of the chicken, and my mom did everything else in the house. So I would go out to the pen. I could take a chicken from walking around to the dinner table.
Chicken. Hey, little chicken.
Sorry, thank you.
Thank you for
donating your life to us.
Well, farm life. I mean,
hey, that was
farm kid.
life.
You're not gonna like.
That's what you did. You couldn't go hungry. You had to feed your family, and we would mostly fry it. My mom had a big cast iron skillet, and we would dredge it in flour and then egg, and have fried chicken.
I remember my dad doing a lot of barbecuing, chicken barbecue.
So
and he made his own sauce.
Did he?
With a little ketchup and butter, Worcestershire sauce.
Right.
Different stuff that we had around.
Sure.
And it's really good. Anything on the grill is pretty darn good.
Right. And one of the things I want people to realize is that you can do it. You can do it. It's like no big mystery.
Simple things.
Right.
This is just like pulling everything apart and putting,
Sure.
I think, my take on chefing and making food is it's almost all just chopping up.
Right.
You chop it up and you cook it for a second and you move it over here. And, there is more than that.
But that's basically the...
People that have the patience to chop up their food.
Right.
That they go get.
Right,
Eat
and this
better.
is already
They
cooked.
eat better.
Yes.
And it's just one of those, anomalies.
And they spend
if you
a lot
make
less
your
money.
food, you
Right.
you spend less money, you get what you want.
And you know what's in it.
I mean, how many times have you gone and spent some serious money to eat a half done, or it says, this almost was good or not, and
right. That's so disappointing.
Yeah.
You go out and you're planning on something really nice, you've saved your money and looking forward to it, and
it's not that great.
No. You go, dang, I could have done that better at home.
Yeah. I like to put a little skin in my.
Oh yes. That's where the flavor is.
Oh yeah. Well, the flavor's in the fat.
I think we're doing pretty good here.
All that cartilage and. Oh yeah.
Now, if I wanted to make chicken and dumplings or chicken soup or something, I would take this and throw it in a pan. And
completely.
Just because that's just pure flavor.
Yeah.
In fact, that sounds pretty good. Shall we do it? I think we should. I'm not throwing that away. That's too yummy. Get this out of the way.
Yep.
Oh, look at you.
So I just go chop. I don't shred it. I just chop it a little bit.
Okay.
Because,
do it your way.
You just do it your way. You just do it your way. That's it right there.
Perfect.
So we're just going to chop it along as we go along. So that's
Beautiful.
like a... All right. Wipe this off and we'll ready for the next. I really like having this chopping block here. It's really
it's
nice.
fabulous.
I got this off of Craigslist
Oh,
for $100.
complete? I mean,
This
the
whole
top?
thing and all the
Oh.
drawer, everything, the whole thing. I'm like, oh. And it was stuck in the garage, and you could just see it was like, oh, when are we going to get rid of it? And they were so happy to get rid of it. And I go, where does it come from? And he goes, oh, it's my mom's, and she was a cook, and it didn't fit our decor. And I'm like,
Fine.
I'll take that.
I better take
I'll
that
take
ugly
that.
thing.
I'll take that gross thing. We'll cut that up. I kind of like to use stuff that is already, like, chicken salad is kind of like stuffing. You know, you kind of use what you have. Capers. I got a couple of. We got capers.
Yeah.
Whoa!
It was the old mama.
So I'm gonna do some tomatoes. I put dice. I dice everything. For this, I just dice whatever I can
Right.
get. But celery is a staple.
Yes.
But I also put. I cut up cucumbers.
Oh.
So I put small bits of cucumber, like, you know, like a quarter, like 7 slices of it, you know?
Sure.
It's like, okay, let's just use all that up. So.
I call it edible art.
See?
We're creating
It's
art
just
that you
like-
can eat.
Okay, we're done with that. We're done with that.
Okay.
You know what? I think we need more celery. More celery. There's a lot of chicken in there.
Okay.
It's kind of like a, you know.
Heck yeah.
Island, and you could only have a couple of, say 3 or 4 foods, 3 food things. What would it be?
For you?
Well, for me, I know one would be chicken salad.
Chicken salad. I started to say I know that would be for you because
That,
you make it so well.
coffee probably now, even more.
And the good coffee.
The good
Not
coffee.
the little weak thing.
And you know, I'm not really concerned with the realities of how the coffee and chicken salad would arrive or get there, but
Right.
what else would I like? Maybe hamburger? I don't know. Maybe not. A steak. Steak.
Right.
And spinach.
Oh, yes.
I could live off of that, I guess. And then a smoothie every morning.
Yes. That is so nice. Ooh, those yummy. These will you add?
I got chicken, tomatoes, celery, cucumbers, pepperoncinis.
About how many? Like this?
Oh, no, totally double that.
Right. We want some
Oh,
flavor.
you know what? I knew that wasn't going to be enough cranberries.
Right.
So we got cranberries that are practically all ready to go. Chop, chop, chop in a little bit. Second. Okay. We got those pepperoncinis. Went on strike in 1974 after telling us a million times, if you're late for dinner, I'm not going to cook for you anymore. And then one day she just had enough and said, that was it. And I'll cook for your dad and your little brother who's like 4 or 5. And I was 12. Grant, he was 13. Heidi's 11. Cindy was practically out of the house. Jesse's 7. From that moment on, we just had to cook ourselves. I'm like, oh. And Mom was like, no, I'm not cooking. And we're like, what? And it was a couple days before people got it. But I remember at that moment, I just said, okay, well, let's make it. And you learn chicken salad. But I had this one dinner And so my little sister Jessie and Heidi and Grant, he just did his own thing, but I could get dinner on the table in a half an hour from a frozen block of ground beef, and then just put it in, scrape it, get the sauce going, get the noodles, get it going, throw it in the I'm just like, get it on, and we'd be eating, and they're, oh, and then I did my lasagna. I learned my friend's mom was doing lasagna. Right. And you want to do some, let's do a couple more, some almonds.
Sure.
And what else? I think
you learned it out of necessity.
Out of necessity, just
hungry.
doing it, and that's it. A little salt and pepper. We're gonna mix this up.
Okay.
I think it was the best thing my mom did. It's like,
sure.
I just started cooking. I mean, I really, and you know, I thought I was gonna be a cook for, you know, a profession. And I'm like,
right.
I got accepted into, you know, New York cutlery school, but it was too expensive, and I just didn't do it. So
how's this?
A little bit more.
Okay. Oh, so you got accepted in.
Yeah, but then it was so expensive, and you know, I was kind of destined for model making and going into trade school, which I'm glad I did, because I learned a whole other world, and this is still in my life because it's, you know, it is.
Sure.
Coffee time, 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 coffee time. Do, going down. More coffee. Well, you know, the morning is young.
That's right.
When you wake up early, you do that. I'm going to have a little squirt.
Just a half.
Just a little squirt.
Yes, plenty.
And I'm going to give all this to the production team.
Over there, production team, that's right. Thank you, production team.
Sir Edward. So we got celery, pepperoncinis, raisins, cranberries, nuts, almonds. I diced some cheese. All diced up.
Looks good.
So I don't really do a lot of like super duper mixing. It's like, you know, sometimes, you know, that old thing, less is more. You don't need to like get it all. But I have, you know, some people put this in a blender. I'm not really into that, you know.
Oh.
Look how cool that looks.
That looks beautiful.
You know, it's pretty nice. Okay.
Awesome.
I think we could use any more. I think we could use some more celery, actually.
Okay.
I'm gonna grab that. Where did your celery go? Oh, that's the other thing I put in. I wanted to remember. Here. I think we could cut all that up.
All right, I will.
So with the cucumbers too, I like, you know, it's a weirder vegetable in there, but I like to take broccoli. I'm just gonna take this one, right?
Right.
And I don't put chunks of broccoli. I just cut the whole, so the flower's off, and it turns into a whole weird, it's just weird green texture. It's not even, you know what I mean?
Yes. Beautiful.
Sometimes raw broccoli can be a little rough on my system.
Yes.
But with all this stuff, and it's kind of mixed up.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that.
Beautiful. Some more.
And you don't have to have a lot of everything.
No.
You know what? Even these little bits and pieces are kind of good. I'll help you over there.
Thank you. Oh, here, you can do that one too.
I got that.
have to be careful, all these sharp knives around here.
Frick, yeah. You know, and dicing is subjective.
Yes.
You know, chunks. We're chunking. We're not dicing. We're chunking.
Right.
There's nothing worse than a dull knife. Oh my God, it's like torture. You know, there's nothing better than a sharp knife. AccuSharp, registered trademark. This is a really good knife sharpener. You hold it like that, slow, steady. That's it. You can hear it cutting.
Sure.
It's really great, and it leaves shards. There's metal shavings that it takes off. So wash those away. Don't put them in your food. You don't need iron that way. AccuSharp sharpens all your knives. Super sharp knife, but we're all done cutting. So, all right, we just mix this up really quick.
Okay.
So if you want sharp knives, get AccuSharp.
That's right.
AccuSharp. You take this hippie salt.
Okay.
You do that, and I'm gonna little salt and pepper. Oh yeah, get more than that. I'm a slave to my history. My mom loved Miracle Whip, so I just, you know, I'm kind of like, I know people hate it, they hate it, or they love it, but is it real? Is it real? I don't know. How can you, you know?
That's one thing that people are
It's like,
really divided about. I hate Miracle Whip, or I hate mayonnaise. I only use Miracle Whip.
Well, I like it all.
Yes. Each one gives a little different flavor.
So, you know, I don't really do a lot. Just, yeah, you can, oh, you know what? You can be like a mixer and spin the bowl real slow. Like, that's like, oh, that's kind of like the bakery. It's like, right.
I just thought of something. I was really blessed. I only realized it lately as I get older. I was blessed because we were raised in the church, and every Sunday we would have a potluck.
Oh, potlucks are the best.
Oh, they're the best. You get to see everybody's different cooking and different styles, and realizing that like one salad like this can be 10 different ways if 10 different people make it.
Oh yeah, completely,
You know?
completely.
Right. So.
I love potlucks. I was in it wasn't a commune. It was more of a hippie estate in Topanga, and every Wednesday we'd do potluck, and it was funny because it was meat eaters and vegetarians, and it was like when gluten hit, like no gluten and no sugar, and like so we'd have like some dinners we'd have 25 people show up, and they all bring in something, and just before somebody would like eat, they go, "Does this have sugar in it?" And then somebody goes, "No, it has this." And then all of a sudden everybody would go, "Okay, what's in this and what's in that?" And then we got to the point where we just sit down and go, "Mine's meat. There's meat in this. Oh, this is it. There's no sugar in this." And then everybody would go down the line and say their own thing of like what they made and what it was in. And literally, some people couldn't eat anything. They couldn't eat anything. You're like, "What are you eating? You're not eating. You're not even eating anything." It's like, you know, and I'm not going to bag on any food group culture, but some don't.
Each to their own, but
some are like a little skinny.
I think food, it can be so enjoyable, make our lives better.
Completely.
You know?
I'm going to try it.
All right.
Oh. I like the cranberries and the pickled vegetables and the pepperoncinis.
Yes.
Oh my God, that's so good.
And the more time that goes on, you can start tasting more things.
Oh, completely. You can't go wrong with it.
Life is good.
Yeah, totally.
Just right. And you know that's everything.
Well, there you go.
Just your meat, your vegetables.
Chicken
everything.
salad, GreggEgg style. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, send it out to your friends, and hit me up if you want. GreggEggArt@gmail.com, and go to my website if you want some art. I still have my book for sale, and keep your eye open for our Saturdays. We're gonna do meditations, food grade food, build, art, and a bunch of stuff. So thanks for watching. See you later. Eat food grade food. Happy Thanksgiving.
Just right. And you know that's it.
Can't go wrong with it.
Life is good.
Yeah, totally.